Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bar Shem, Yahweh Shai, Bar Shem, Harakar, Kadash, double orders unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. This video, I'm going to get into some information about the RFID chip, which is known as today among the people, and or human microchipping, but according to the scriptures, the prophecy written inside of the Bible, this is in fact the mark of the beast. Okay, so this article, I'm basically gonna push forward that idea, or that truth, should I say? It's not an idea, it's a truth. Okay, so this is from the conversation.com, and the title reads, "What your pet's microchip has to do with the mark of the beast." And the reason why I'm doing this video is because it really was spurred on because I remember, as many other brothers will remember that are in the faith, Nathaniel 7, or what does he call himself? Bishop Nathaniel, Bishop Nate, said the RFID chip was just basically for you to find your dog. Where's my dog? Okay. It's June. Okay. So basically, it shows you this article goes into it and shows you how the presence of microchipping your pets is a segue basically to the mark of the beast, chipping of people. And in 2016, I believe, in the UK, it became illegal for you to own a dog or a cat or a dog and not to chip that pet of yours. Okay, so that shows you that if you know anything about history, Esau has history within his system, bringing about voluntary voluntary use of, say for example, there's the passport, for example. There was a time where actually that's more temporary, but more so I'll just deal with the chipping. There was a time when the chipping was voluntary. You could chip your dog or cat if you wanted to, but then it became a matter of it's mandatory that you do chip your cat or dog, and this is how it is voluntary for you to biohack yourself now, as they call it, which they call themselves basically advancing what the Most High made to man by putting in RFID chips, which your body naturally fights to get out of your system, okay, because it's a foreign object, and it knocks the harmony of your body out of sync. They basically made that voluntary for the people, and one day soon it's going to be mandatory. Okay, so this article shows you that. All right. So now I'm going to start from close to the bottom to get to the point. My researchers found that they made the connection for two main reasons. First, when biohackers chip themselves, they typically put the RFID chips into the palm of one hand because it's easy to wave with the sensors to open doors and process payments. Okay, but also a point I didn't mention is that there's a natural heat that is that radiates from that part of the hand, which then makes it easier for the RFID chip to be powered. Okay, and remember, just because you don't get chipped, I know the scriptures say in your hand or your forehead, you get chipped anywhere in your body, you got the mark, man. That's it, plain and simple. Because what you gotta understand is simple-minded Negroes, man, and you simple-minded people. What you gotta understand is the reason why you're taking a mark. The mark is like the token. As Abraham was circumcised, that the circumcision, the act, the physical act was a token of something spiritual. There was a spirit, a mindset that Abraham had, and the basically the cutting of the circumcising of his penis was basically a token, a showing of, look, this is the type of man you are. Now it's the same with the RFID chip. The RFID chip is a mark, okay, to say this is who you are. I'm at one with the system, and that's where it plainly says those that follow after the image of the beast, basically they're the ones that are gonna take the mark. It's as simple as that. It's that straightforward. Okay. So reading on it says um and scripture specifically mentions the mark on a person's hand. In addition, some people have injected RFID chips containing credit card payment information, right? Because on an RFID chip, or NFC as we have in this country of Britain, basically what it is for the holding of data, okay, and the transfer of specific data, okay, coding, which when used, it has all the biometrics of a person. So your credit and debit card is a form of biometrics. It belongs. It's a measurement of your like of money that pertains to you. All right, and the same with the statistics that are gonna be on there. Your name, blood type, height, weight, all of that stuff. All right, that's all pertaining to you. Okay, and that's the use for the RFID chip, so the elites can keep tabs on the people. All right, which calls to mind to the payment methods mentioned in the Bible. No man can buy or sell lest he have the mark of the beast. These links spread in some excuse me, evangelical communities throughout the 2000s. The many articles published on religious sites about RFID. The authors of a best-selling book about RFID and surveillance spy chips published an alternative version targeted at evangelical Christians that included added passages about the Book of Revelations. The main RFID industry publication even published a refutation of those claims. All right, because they're trying to dull the minds of many. They ain't got their, because really and truly, the elites themselves only they want to kill close to 7 billion people, 7.5 billion people upon the earth. All right, that's what they want to do because they only want 500 million people upon the earth for what they say, according to the Georgia Guidestones, to keep the earth in perfect harmony. All right. So they really what they want to build is a city infrastructure whereby they're the most high and they control everything. They give you food when you want food. You can't go out and basically and live on the south off the land, because basically living on the land means that you have a knowledge that allows you to live outside of the system, and they can't profit from you. Okay, the way they would like to. So that's why they until their doctrine, their new world orders come into the fullness of its efficiency. They don't want no one, stop dropping a ball basically. All right, until they're ready. So they're trying to, throw the people off with that. In the years since, the connection between RFID and Mark has remained prominent. In 2017, a Wisconsin company offered to pay for its employees to get RFID implants if they voluntarily choose to. The company's Google business listing was flooded with more than 100 one-star reviews, many of which said it was a sin to use RFID as a form of identification or payment. Now, if you got these Christians in the world, they know this. How comes IUIC don't know this, man? How comes ISUPK don't know this? And there's one key reason. They are both 501c3 chartered schools, man. Religious groups, all right, exempt from taxes. So they basically have to teach a specific doctrine that basically conforms to what the government sanctions for them to speak. So that's why they're both, even though they're two polarizing, facets of the Hebrew Israelites of this thing, the truth. They both are one in that sense, man. They're basically, the elites are using them, utilizing them to basically cover all areas in its truth. For those that are slated for that form of persuasion, man. So some of them were specific about what was wrong, saying the company was doing the dirty work for Satan himself, and urging employees to read the Bible. This is the first sign of the mark of the beast. Well, they got the mark. It's done for. Well, anyone that ain't got it, you should read the Bible. If you're Jake, if you're Edomite, man, Lord gonna get you anyway. Does it really matter? It's more than just a curiosity that excuse me, I'm not even gonna say it no. Evangelical Christians have linked RFID to the apocalypse. Evangelicals are a major force in American culture and politics, and the views on technology are often uh, on the reported. Okay. In addition, they're expressing concern about an increasingly ubiquitous technology, similar to objections raised by privacy advocates that have actually changed corporate policies in the past. Most people probably don't agree that RFID represents the mark of the beast, but the roots of the concern do raise interesting questions about the merging of human bodies and computing. The religious fear that every person might need to be physically tagged to pay things and move freely shares a lot of the concerns expressed by more mainstream privacy advocates. Yeah, because basically the lines are getting blurred, man. Right, when you deal with everything, privacy for example, cookies. You use a certain website like YouTube, you watch 2, 3 videos on your history, 10, then that is gonna mold your experience with YouTube there on out. Okay, and really what they're doing is they're defining your personality. All right, so basically that's um what's the word I was gonna say? They're basically infringing on your privacy because they're building up a repertoire on your person, man. So whereby they can utilize you for their agenda. That data can get moved around to different people and could be used freely how they please. Finally, there's something poetic about linking a tiny technology used to identify rescue dogs in a shelter to the mark of the beast. After all, there's likely no more consequential type of identification than the differentiation of the damned from the redeemed. Simple. And on that note, I was gonna read this, but I'll change it up. Actually, I'll still go here. Let's read this one scripture to be out, man. Ezekiel 9:4, and the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, and through the midst of Jerusalem, set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right. So those people that ain't one with it, you know, the system basically, they're sighing and crying because they're being oppressed. The word oppressed means to press down on your spirit. So what's pressing down on your spirit? The fact that wickedness is being pushed in this kingdom, man. All right. You as a Jake, you're on these curses, man, and that's really being perpetuated by the sword, which is the sword of the left hand of the Most High Power, Yahweh. All right. And to the others, he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. All right. So now we're gonna go to the other side of the spectrum. Okay. All right, so this is Revelations 13:15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Now, the image is talking about um, basically the culture, so to speak, or the you know the you could say culture, you know, things like democracy, um, homosexuality, transgenderism, um, um, basically anything that's at one with his system is that image. The statues. What is a statue? It's a law, but also a statue is an image. Okay, and that's the image of this beast. So the image is defined by what its characteristics and its culture, the way the actions that are omitted by that person. Okay, that creates that image. And they had the power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many should not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. So now when we read Ezekiel 9 and 4, it says, anyone that don't sign cry for the abominations thereof, the angels will go around the midst of the city and take them out, basically. That's on the right hand side. Now it's saying anyone that won't follow the image of the beast, basically ascribe to the way of this world, basically, will be killed by the powers that be. Okay. And that's why they have um, guillotines, all right? And different systems set up in place ready to take out those that don't follow the image. And he calls if all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So those people that do adhere to the image, they're basically gonna say, look, the least gonna say thumbs up, good going. Now take a RFID chip in your right hand. If you ain't got a right hand, in your left. If you ain't got any hands, you put it in your forehead. You know, or if you ain't got no head, put it in your butt cheeks. But you get the idea. They'll put an RFID chip inside of you, and they're saying like, look, man, that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So basically, if you ain't, if to, in order to thrive in the system, you'd have to take the RFID chip, and really, in order for you to thrive in that system, you'd have to be at one with the system, and that's why anyone that ain't one with it, that ain't worshiping it, all right, they'll be taken out. So with that, man, I pray you edified. Shalom.